Hi again everyone, welcome to Book Haul Part 2. As I shared with you in the last video, if you haven't checked it out, I had 3 piles right here. This is pile number 1, was part of the first big book haul that I got in May because I collect all the books and have them shipped to me. I buy most of the books online, don't have really that many bookstores around in the city where I live. So that was part 1, 4 books. It was It, American Gods, Born by Jeff Vandermeer and Brother by Anya Ailborn. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Now, for today, part number 2 of the book haul is these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books, right? Yep, 6 books. Very exciting. A lot I want to share with you about these books. So let's start with book number 1. Paris Letters by Janice MacLeod. I don't know, I buy all these books by authors. I don't know how to pronounce their names, but this is Paris Letters. Reason number 1 I buy this book, cover art, looks beautiful. Reason number 2, it's about Paris, so I have to buy it. You'll see here I'm going to do this whole big episode about all those books I buy about Paris. If you've been following my Instagram feed, you'll see that I post a lot of photos about that. I just love Paris, everything about Paris, and since when there's something I really can't do that much in real life, I just read about it. Probably most of you readers out there can relate to that also. So Paris Letters, typical. I think it's got a lot of good reviews on Amazon, probably a good book. It's not the reason why I bought it, just the words Paris and a good cover art and that kind of matte, I don't know I don't know if you can see this. The texture doesn't come out in the camera, but these are things, again, call me shallow, could be strong reasons for me to buy a book, but it does have good reviews on Amazon. It's about Janice. I think it's the actual story about a real life story where she leaves, I think it was Chicago, something like that, leaves a job and cuts down her expenses, buys herself 2 years to live in Europe and goes to Paris, where of course, you know, she discovers art, writing and all those beautiful things that I myself very much long for, probably won't be able to do in this lifetime. I'll keep my fingers crossed, you know, so I read about it when I can't do it. Janice MacLeod, Paris Letters. If you're interested, probably will find this book nice to read. So that was book number 1. Book number 2, surprise, surprise, another Paris book, which is Letters from Paris by Juliet Blackwell. Yeah, I can pronounce this one easily. So actually, this book is her second book. I bought it again, Paris in the title, gotta get that. Second thing, cover art, beautiful. Third thing, which is also something you will learn about me, is that I need to buy things and own things in groups. So if it's a trilogy, I need to buy all 3 books and they have to have the same cover, have to be of the same editions. So this also happens because I had her first book, which is The Paris Key. Also has, again, beautiful cover art, has the word Paris in the title and has very good reviews. So does this one. So now they go together. And I have them, I own them, and I plan to read them very soon. If anybody's interested in reading about Paris and reading about it in good novels, these are the way to go. This one here is about a woman who, this one I think lives in Chicago, that's what got me confused, and she finds this mask that was something her grandfather had from his time in Paris in World War II, and she goes to Paris to this mask maker shop to try to find the origins of the mask, or something like mysterious mask called the Unknown Woman, where she discovers this cachet of letters from the time of the Belle Epoque, and the story goes from there. As you can see, the story isn't really that important. Again, Paris, cover art, good reviews. I buy it, I read it. If anybody's out there like me, please share your adventures also. If you're not, please don't judge. We all have our illnesses. So third book, and this is really important. I really rock this. I really love this one. I'm very much looking forward to it, which is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the graphic novel. Yes, someone did a graphic novel about this, and I had to have it because I want to say I love the book. Actually, I just love Hunter S. Thompson. I did read the book. Honestly, I didn't get it. I laughed at times. I watched the Johnny Depp movie. Didn't get it at all. I know there's all this drugs and trippy kind of stuff going on, and it's supposed to be a very important book. Oops, something just fell down. But I didn't get it. But I'm looking forward to, depending on the illustrations, to actually help me understand and be able to picture everything that was going on. First thing to start off with, again, I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but I'll try to see. Nope, it's not showing yet. If you can see some of the reflections over there. In the opening scene of the story, Hunter S. Thompson, or his alter ego in the story, Raoul Duke, and his lawyer, they're actually tripping on acid or something like that. I think it's not acid, but anyway, and they're driving their car, convertible, and they start seeing bats. But of course, they're only hallucinating. And the beautiful thing I like about this is that it's got these shiny image that's not really printed because there's not real bats, but as if they're seeing them. That kind of idea, that kind of attention to detail, I just love it. It's hardcover, it looks beautiful, and just check out the art inside, man. Don't know if you can see this. It's just beautiful art suiting the story. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, graphic novel. If you're a fan, you must get this. It's just beautiful to hold, to own, to look at. I love it, very much looking forward to it. I'll probably be reading it very soon. Now, sorry, yeah, picking up that book that fell down. Remember what I told you about getting things in groups? So again, this happened. I bought this last year, Sleeping Giants. I can't pronounce the name of the author, so anyway. Sleeping Giants, it got really nice reviews, science fiction about these big robots buried underground, something like that. So it's a very interesting read, and everybody I know who read it raved about it. But this year, part number 2 came out, which is Waking Gods. As you can see, again, matching, and I got a little, streak of slight OCD going on, so I need to get these matching together. I haven't read either one of them. I need to read this one first before going for this one, but this is the next book in the book haul. And as you can see, I have a slight illness when it comes to buying books, but again, c'est la vie. Book number 3 is Spaceman in Bohemia. Of Bohemia. Author Jaroslav Kalfar. Man, why do I do this to myself? I just noticed right now all the books have difficult author names, but hardcover, beautiful book. It's about a Czech, as in from the Czech Republic, spaceman who gets lost in space and befriends what could be or may not be an imaginary giant space alien, which that's not, it's in the blurb, but we don't really know. And then he gets into these whole philosophical conversations about friendship and love and stuff like that. With that, again, with that giant alien that could be a hallucination, could not be a hallucination, who knows? It's a spaceman lost in space. But obviously it's got very nice reviews, and it's got a little bit of adventure in there. And just look at that, a coffee cup and Bohemia and space. It doesn't really look like a big book. So I'll let you know how this one goes. I'll post some quick reviews on the blog, and maybe I can do a video about it. I'm not sure. Let me know if you're interested. Let me know if you've read it and what you think about it. Spoiler free, please. So that brings me to the last and the most important book of this pile, which was very, very happy surprise for me to get, which is my favorite thing is Monsters by M.Refaat. Now this book is just a treasure. It's beautiful. You see, I also saw this book and knew about it off Instagram. As you can see, most of the books I recently purchased, I knew about from Instagram. So I learned about this book, and it looks beautiful. And the person who suggested it or was posting about it really raved about it and said nothing but beautiful things. Then I go on Amazon, see it's got almost 5 out of 5 stars from everyone who's reviewed it. So I want to place an order, and then I find that it's not really in stock, and all the copies that are there sold by third parties is north of $100. Wow. I wasn't going to pay that kind of money for the book, so I just waited, and then all of a sudden it came in stock. It dropped to $30, and I felt I'm gonna pay $30 for that book. That's too much, but I did, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was not put down. First of all, the book, it's hefty, it's big. If you can see next to the size of my face, if you compare it to another hardcover, it's actually a little bigger and also wider. So this is a big book. Pages are very heavy. Okay, it's got heavy pages, and so it's if you look inside, you will realize why it really deserves this kind of price. And everybody who's a fan of reading, of books, of graphic novels, of art, needs to own this book. I don't know anything about the story, and it's supposedly really nice, but just take a look at this and look at the attention to detail. It's supposed to be like this personal journal of the person who's like, we're reading her personal diary, and it's got all these, you see this art inside, and even as if she was scribbling stuff inside the covers, and some scratches and stuff even on the back right here. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to look at the camera. And then you just look at the art inside. Wow. You know, I don't know if you're into this kind of stuff, but wow, this is a must read. It's a must get book. It's just beautiful to look at. I mean, wow, man, just look at that. Just look at that. My favorite thing is Monsters. Volume 2 is out February 2018. Get this as soon as possible. Start reading it. Probably might suggest a read along with anybody else who would like to do that with me. So that's the end of this book haul, part number 2. I hope you liked what you saw. Maybe you've found some ideas of good books that you want to get for yourselves. If you have any other ideas, I would say please suggest those books for me. But I'm kind of on a book ban now, because you will see from the following book hauls I've got so many books this year that I haven't read. And so I'm trying to put myself on a book ban, which probably will fall apart and fail in a couple of weeks. So thank you very much for watching. Wait for book haul part number 3 and the ones to come. Let me know what you think about the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.